Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside Marshfield High School for the finale of this wonderful South Coast Holiday Tournament in its 21st installment. To round it all off is the Philomath Warriors and the Crook County Cowboys. Philomath coming into this one ranked number 3 in the 4A classification. Meanwhile, Crook County sitting at number 9, sneaking into the top 10 after some shakeup this weekend for these matchups. Warriors with their third top 10 matchup of this tournament. Started with number 5 in Hidden Valley, then the Warriors overtook that spot last night, edged out with a dominant defensive performance in the fourth quarter. Took down Marshfield at number 6, and now look to edge out number 9 to take the South Coast crown.
And now the starters for the Cowboys, the senior guard, number 0, Logan Matthews. A sophomore guard, number 3, James Gomez. A senior guard, number 13, Tyson Martinez.
Warriors last night edged out Marshfield, the host school, much like the girls did. Girls just took the victory. If you're just joining us, over Landon substituted for Coquille for the championship game. Edged them out in a late one. Had to squeak their way out of it after Landon nearly found their way back in it. But Philomath girls are the South Coast Tournament champions on their side. Now the boys looking to repeat history. Won the championship here last time in overtime. Now we'll try to replicate the success. Starting lineup for the Warriors. An all-senior squad, much like last night. Preston Kramer, Connor Harms, Jacob Peters, and Jaden Muir. All in the hard work. Hiking in the center to tip it off with Crook County. Taking center stage for this final game of this Holiday Classic. Center of the Marshfield logo. We are underway. Crook County wins the tip. We'll take it from left to right. Swinging it around to the far side. Zach Jones dishes it inside to Zach Levesque. Levesque turnaround jumper goes off the back of the iron, tumbled around, and finally collected by Jacob Peters. The Warriors get their first offensive possession. Here comes Preston Kramer. Backdoor cut off the alley-oop from Mir. Puts it home. Nice slip on the back door. Comes through. Dribbling into the paint is Kyron Tisdale. Moving around is Tyson Martinez. His pass gets deflected by Owen Hyken. And here come the Warriors again the other way. Hyken, right angle. Down to Mir in the far corner. Comes off the screen. Up around the Harms. Had a stellar game last night. Hands it off to Kramer. It gets stolen away. And the Cowboys take it the other way. Martinez into the paint. Harms denies him at the rim. Prevents him from scoring. Peters trying to take it coast to coast. Euro step to his left. And a teardrop with his right. Warriors 4-0. Little over a minute 20 in here in this first quarter. This championship winner takes all game. Top 10 matchup in the 4A. Martinez, a deep triple. Slides off to the left. Another rebound for Peters. Falling right into his lap. Kramer across the timeline. Shifts forward. Bounces off Harm's leg. And into the hands of Kyron Tisdale. Cowboys riding their way forward. Logan Matthews up around. Teasdale gets the ball. Around to Martinez. Jab step. Now tries to slide it forward. Levesque guarded by Eichen. blocking him out, preventing him from getting into the key. 10 seconds to shoot. A deep three in front of the Warriors bench goes way off the mark for one Logan Matthews, not the one that resides on the Warriors bench, but rather the one on the floor for Crook County. 4-0 Warriors, under 6 minutes to go in this first quarter. It'll remain with the Cowboys. Matthews will inbound from the far side. Cowboys rocking their blue and gold, Warriors in their white and gray. Matthews gets a quick inbound and a swirl around the rim for Levesque. Kramer moving quickly. Can't quite charge forward without being fouled.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Foul against Jace Jonas. First foul of the game for either side. 5.5 in. Arms with a dump inside. Tips it in. That's a timeout for Crook County. Warriors bring the early momentum and get some early chance. 5:29 into the first. 6-0 Warriors. Back to action we go. But Harms strips it away on the good ball. And the Warrior bench rejoices. Warriors leading 6-0. Just over 5 minutes left in the first quarter, getting underway in this championship top 10 match. Harms posts up at the left elbow. Hiking driving. Floating. Swirls around the rim. Peters trying to save. He gets pushed out of bounds. Substituting in for the Cowboys. Switching places with Kyron Teasdale is Bryce Lowenbach. It's Matthews that'll take it up. No full court press yet for Philomath. Playing man-to-man. Around Amir. Starting on the far side on Jace Jonas. The newly inserted Lowenbach. Hands it off to Martinez. One-on-one with Harms. Elevating to the top of the key. Shifts to Martinez, collides with Mir. Martinez steps back for three. Clanks it in and out. Warriors trying to come up with the loose ball. It's Mir who grabs it. Takes it forward. Stutterson stops. Tried to get it in to the near cutting Peters, but couldn't find him. Now the Cowboys trying to move it up. Mir picks it up instead. The Warriors move the other way. Slow it up. Eichen hands it off to Peters. Arms moving on the left arc. Now it's Kramer driving into the lane. He gets swatted out of bounds. He'll stay with Philomath. Kramer on the far side. Inbound to Eichen. Around to Peters. Right back to Kramer. Driving baseline. Swirling. Gets it out to Mir as he loses the ball. And they'll start setting up at the logo. 7 to shoot. Peters for three. Yes, sir. Jacob Peters elevates and rises above the rim. Jace Jonas into the paint. Flips one up and is fouled. Foul came on the ground before the shot attempt. Block called against Mir. 9-0 Warriors, 3:40 to go in the first. Quick inbound to Martinez. His shot is true. First points of the game for the Cowboys. Comes on a triple. Mir shuffles right. Here's Peters back to the other side. Harms pivots and is called for a travel. 9-3 Warriors. They lead it by 6. 3:19 to go in the opening stanza. Matthews fumbles it. Kramer nearly took it away from him. Here's Jonas. Feeds inside. Twirl around shot. Missed by Lowenbach. Rebounded by Kramer. Rebounded by Mir, excuse me. Kramer has the ball now. Moving to his right. Hands off to Peters. Chesting back to Harms. Feeds it over to Kramer. Kramer around to Mir. Back over to the far side. It's Peters. Peters hiking. Down to Mir in the near corner. Spin around shot for Harms. Missed, but attempted to rebound it is Peters. He scrambles to the floor. Stalled there with a minute left, with a second left to shoot. It won't matter as it goes the Cowboys' direction. Possession arrow changes, and so does a positional change. Zach Levesque switches places with Garrett Stefanoff. Martinez, this time from the right arc. Bubbles up and out. Kramer along the hardwood, speeding his way forward through traffic. And it's caught up in a collision with Martinez. 2:12 to go in the first. 9-3 Warriors. Kramer swinging around Mir. Backdoor cut. Harm settles there. And swivels home the twine. A steal by Peters. Intercepts the pass. Takes it himself. Pushing it through at the low block. Kramer with the swat. Mir collects the steal. Kramer takes it home. What a run for the Warriors. They lead it by 12. Minute 37 to go in the opening frame. And it's Philomath 15 and Crook County 3. The defensive pressure from the fourth quarter of last night's affair has carried over. Just one field goal over nearly 16 minutes of play from last night against Marshfield to now against the Cowboys. The Philomath staple of defense being put on the front page. Final game of the South Coast Holiday Tournament here tonight. Warriors looking like the girls did early, pulling away with an early lead. Hoping that the Cowboys can't trickle their way back in, like the Tigers were able to claw their way back into that girls one. Fortunately, Philomath still came out on top, which in the end is all that matters. Minute 37 to go in the opening frame. 15-3 Warriors. On White one heck of a run. Look at the Cowboys make their voice heard of their own. Gabriel Lopez for 3. Kramer feeds his teammate Peters in the corners. Right back to him. Kramer across to Mir. Back to Kramer. Driving left. Scoops it up and scores. 17-6 Warriors. Lead back to 11. Move is back to Lowenbach. Around from Jonas. Matthews dips it inside. Going around is Garrett Stefanoff. But Peters rips it away from him. Trying to take it coast to coast himself. He finds the hole and hoops the harm. Matthews off the screen. Driving right. Airmails it away. The Warriors take possession. Mir to inbound. 34 seconds left in the opening frame. Warriors nearly with a 20-point opening quarter. Some successful offense to open the game. Predicated on the defensive successfulness and prevalence. Feed inside left elbow, Owen Eichen. But a fall on the Cowboys. Harms credited with the foul. Garrett Stephanoff to receive. The victim on that end of the push. Logan Matthews. Oh, now we got a confusing one. There's two Logan Matthews on the floor now. Unfortunately, there's not. I believe the other one went to the bench. Real Logan Matthews from Philomath helps aid a defensive deflection. Forces that one out of bounds. Vacuuming tight to the Cowboys jerseys. And one shot laid home by Garrett Stephanoff. Got fouled on the Warriors' end of the floor and now puts on a shot, getting fouled again on his end with a bucket. Has a chance to make it a 10-point deficit for the Cowboys. And he does so. 19-9 Warriors, 11.8 to go in the opening frame. Kramer gets the ball. Moves quickly up the hardwood, behind the back across his legs, shuffling, sifting, and hooking it in. Cowboys won't get a shot off, and that's how it'll end. Warriors with a dominant opening quarter, 21 to 9. 21 to 9 the score. The Warriors carrying a 12-point lead into the second frame when we return here on Blake's Take. (21 to 9). The Warriors lead. Caleb Russell inserted into the ball game. A pair of juniors and a trio of seniors on the court for the Warriors. Cowboys remain in their same positional group. Kramer crosses the logo, dumps it into the left, hand off to Matthews, moving to his right, called for a travel on his slide to that direction. Cowboys take over. Bryce Lowenbach, inbound denied by Matthews, who redeems himself. Now Harms on the left edge. Swings it up top to Peters, inside Kramer, flips it up and in. Warriors getting buckets early. Matthews, like a gnat in the front court, pestering the Cowboys. A shot inside, denied at the rim. Garrett Stephanoff won't come through. Kramer dumps it off around to Harms. Takes it himself to the hoop. Gets denied at the rim as Bryce Lowenbach blocks him from the cup. Tipped out of bounds off the Cowboys. It'll stay with Philomath. 7:07 to go in the first half. 23 to 9 Warriors. Russell dumps it inside. Kramer with a shot over the top of the arc. Cowboys push it forward. Mid-range floater. Won't go off the back of the iron. Kramer resets. Floats it into Harms. And off to Matthews, rolling right. Peters gives to Russell. Settles at the left angle. Pivoting. Driving right. Pulls up. Banks it off the glass. And out. Rebounded by Lowenbach. Foul on Matthews. 23-9 Warriors. Under 6.5 to go in the second quarter. Nearly deflected by Kramer. Trying to recover and take it away. Jace Jonas circling. Pitching it over from Stefanok. Throws it around cross court to Jonas. He stopped. 15 to shoot. Tries to rifle it inside. But too much heat on that ball for Zach Levesque to handle. Kramer will stroll it up. Cowboys await him. Levesque denies the entry. Kramer to inbound right alongside his head coach, Blake Egger. Tosses into Russell. He'll take over at the 1. One-on-one with Gabriel Lopez. Floats it over to Peters. And off Matthews. Gives to Arms. Arms tries to shoot it over to Matthews. Or cutting Peters. Either way, he split the difference and the needle went right poked at that Les Schwab titer. Lopez tied up with Matthews. Staying close to him. Chest on chest, jersey on jersey. Clipping to him like a button. Lopez in some trouble. Trapped by a pair of Warriors. Under 5.5 to go. 23-9 Warriors. Denied entry. Harms blocks that one away. Suffocating defense by the Warriors. Outlet in to Levesque. Hands off to Lopez. Near side bounce. And a triple. For Lowenbach. 23-12 Philomath. They lead it by 11. Harms from the right elbow. Dishes it off. Kramer, a running triple. In and out. Loose ball. Lopez scoops it up. And a blocking foul against the charging after it. Russell. Lopez, along with Jonas, go to the bench. Hudson Robb in for Caleb Russell. And now Logan Matthews on Logan Matthews. What a coincidence, folks. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, on. All right. Now we won't get it. So Philomath, Logan Matthews heads to the bench as Caden Meary enters the game. So don't have to worry about that any longer. Almost got a Matthews on Matthews matchup. That would have been kind of fun. Crook County's Logan Matthews flips it over to Kyrian Teasdale. Back outside. Levesque loses it. Harms takes it away from him. Ripping forward. Bounces it to Peters. Peters steps forward. Comes off the screen. Flips it to Kramer. Resets at the top point. And a timeout on the floor by the officials. An inanimate object on the floor. It is the glasses of Levesque. 4.5 to go in the first half. 23-12 Warriors. They lead it by 11. Kramer. Off to Meir. Floats off the screen. Settles in the paint. Bounce inside. Harms goes up and is fouled on his way to the rim.
Puzzle number 15, Bryce Long. It's his first personal foul.
Harms will shoot a couple from the dash. Clips that one off the back of the iron. Tips that one up and off the glass. A way downtown shot from Lowenbach. Kramer and Mir clean it up. Kramer down to Rob, left edge. In some trouble with Martinez. Mir with a mid-ranger. The 15-footer won't go. Rebound by Kramer. Immediate putback. Gets fouled away.
Puzzle number 15, Bryce Long. Shooting 2 free throws. Preston Kramer.
Uncharacteristic misses at the free throw line for the Warriors. Kramer swirls that one off to the right. Substitution in, Bryce Lowenbach. Switches with Garrett Stefanoff. Warriors need these difference-making shots and finally get one to fall through. 24-12, Warriors back up to 12 with under 4 minutes to play in the opening half. Matthews down inside right elbow. It's deflected away by the Warriors. Kramer and Harms pushing pace. They run it up and finish the fast break. Connor Harms with another stellar night. Flying up and down the floor. Closing off the rim and dropping it in. Right on the stellar Martinez. Locking him down. Rob closing out on Levesque. That one off the foot of the cutting Kyron Teasdale. Jace Jonas re-enters. Teasdale will fall to the sideline.
Substitution for the Cowboys, Jace Jonas.
Just over 3 minutes left in the second quarter. 26-12 Philomath, leading it by 14. Mir, far side angle. Dish into Kramer. Wraps it back out for Harms. A rifle inside. Peters puts it down.
Hudson Raw for 2. Correction, Jacob Peters.
Martinez receives it. Stalls in the paint as Peters strips it away on a jump ball. Jump ball will stay with the blue and gold. Entry into Jonas, driving on Mir. Flips one up. It's off the cup. Mir flies and gets it, saves it. Peters pushes it the other way. Harms from straight away. Off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Garrett Stefanoff. Cowboys push the pace. Martinez powers his way inside. Harms on the bitter end of the opposing part of the push.
Number 53, Connor Harms.
Harms will be knocked with a foul. Third team foul for the Warriors. 2:11 to go in the second.
For concessions, we have half-price burger and half-price pizza. We'll check out the concession items.
Martinez at the line with a chance to make some difference-making conversions, as the Warriors have had throughout the early going of this contest. He won't have much luck either. Mason Stern sees his first action on the floor as Harms gets his first bit of rest. A ferocious force on both ends of the floor. Flying up and down. A playmaker. And a fiery spirit. Kramer. Off to Peters. Mir tied up, nearly wrestled to the ground on a tackle attempt by Logan Matthews. I know who would win that battle in football.
That's his second personal foul. 13th foul for the Cowboys. Substitution for 20, Gabriel Lopez.
Lopez switches with Matthews. Near with a mismatch. Insert to Rob. Driving left. Gives it off to Mir. Straight back to Kramer. Over on the near side, it's Rob. Gives to Mir. Sifts it over to Peters. Back to Kramer. Kramer rolling left, moving right. Bounces it to Stearns. Around to Peters. Handoff Stearns. 10 to shoot. Cuts his way to the cup and comes up short on a foul.
How's number 33, Zach Levine? That's his first personal foul. 14th
Young sophomore, C.D. Nuno.
Substitution for the Warriors, number 32.
Give Mir a break.
C.D. Nuno.
Warriors setting up their inbound play. Kramer from the near side. Gets the cutting Nuno. Finds the cup, bounces it a couple, and rattles off to the right. Had an open look, but couldn't drop it home. Under 90 seconds to go in the half. 28-13 Warriors. Garrett Stefanoff. Back to Martinez. One-on-one with Stearns. Nuno closing out on Jonas. Warriors all in man-to-man. Nuno guarding Jonas. Nuno forces the travel. The young sophomore creates a difference. Kyron Teasdale in. Levesque moves out. Kramer here on the near side. Facilitating. Rises a teammate up to the elbow. Drops him back down. Stearns on the far side. Shuffles it back to Rob. Takes a couple of steps. Swings it back over to the far side with Stearns. One-on-one with Lopez. Jabs left. Drives right. Pounces at the paint. Comes up short on his shot. And Kramer will tip it out of bounds off the hand of Lopez. Kramer to inbound. Lofts one to the near side. Nuno bounce pass inside. Far side three from triple. No go for Hudson Rob. Cowboys with under 25 seconds to go in the half. 28-13, looking for a bucket. Rob posting up, one-on-one. Gets beat to the bucket by Stefanoff. Under 10 to shoot. Kramer with the shot clock dart. Has the ball rolling on the floor. It twists off the ankle of apparently Kramer. I thought it would be Martinez of the Cowboys. The call will stand. 3 seconds to go. A heave inside. Half-court shot from Martinez from downtown. Nothing but air. 28-15, that'll wrap it up for this first half of this championship game. Warriors take a 13-point advantage into the locker room. And we'll look to make some tweaks and changes. Try and close out a championship crown at the South Coast Holiday Tournament. We'll be back in 10 here after this break on Blake's Take. 28-15 Warriors lead it going into the break. Welcome back, everybody, here inside Marshfield High. Just 16 minutes to go until a champion is crowned for this 2023 South Coast Holiday Tournament. Warriors leading 28-15 over the Cowboys. Philomath number 2 and Crook County number 9 in the OSAA poll. Warriors with their third straight top 10 matchup. Started with number 5 in Hidden Valley, wiped the floor with them. Then stuck it with Marshfield neck and neck through the first 3 quarters, and then pulled away on a 14-2 run to take down the tournament host school and ruin their perfect season through the early going of the month of December. And now have a chance to repeat as champions of this annual Classic in Coos Bay. Warriors will start with the basketball along the far sideline. It'll be Meir to inbound to Kramer. Starters as usual. Hyken, Arms, and Peters. Peters with 20 points last night. Arms with 13 rebounds. Both continuing to have impactful performances here today. Meir, over the top pass to try to get it into Kramer. He won't be there for the reception as it's deflected away. Kramer to inbound from the near baseline. Throws it in to Hyken. Around to Peters. Peters shoots it back over to Meir. Meir back up to Kramer. Kramer, left elbow, Harms. Pivoting, hands to Peters. Sneaking his way to the cup. He gets it stripped away on a foul. Foul on Martinez. First for Martinez, first team foul of the second half for either side. Inbound straight to Harms and straight to the harm. 30-15. Warriors lead it. 2 times the Cowboys' point total. Logan Matthews for a triple. Off the mark. Picked up by Hyken, and the Warriors move from left to right. Hyken at the right angle. Hand off Peters around the arc. Here's Harms, circling the perimeter from the left side. Dish inside, and Kramer hits the ceiling of some Cowboys' arms, and is fouled and will go to the 2.
Number 33,
7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Warriors up 30-15. Kramer sinks that one. Kramer, pure as can be. You can hear it from up here in the stands. Silky net of the shot. Matthews, crisscross. A foul on Levesque inside. Peters the culprit in that case. Levesque will have a chance for 2. Swirls that around and gets it down in the bowl. Flips that one off the rim. That one nearly saved back inside, but not quite. Good effort, though, by Kyron Teasdale, trying to take it back home. Kramer in some trouble on the near side. Gets it away to Peters. Hyken feeds to Meir. Rebounded by Harms. His putback off the glass and out of distance. A block by Kramer. They're going to call it a foul, but all I heard was ball from up here. A great chase down effort from Preston Kramer. Pushing it against the glass. Trying to wash it off the window.
Shooting, James Jonas.
6.5 to go. Here's Jace Jonas. He gets a friendly bounce. Sinks the second as well. 14-point lead for the Warriors, 6.5 to go in the third. 32-18 Philomath. Back and forth the Warriors go. Harms gets it at the pinnacle of the Trinity. Kramer resets, moves to his left, turns it back over to his right to Peters. Peters shovels it back to Kramer. He Euro steps into the lane. The floater is pure. Martinez tries to feed it inside. It's tipped away off Levesque's hip. Hyken there to deny it. Matthews over the top to Levesque. Round here to Teasdale. Teasdale to Matthews. Off to the right side of the rim. Harms falls to the floor. Quickly stands back up. Kramer gets it off the inbound. Mir gets it right back from Hyken. Stopped at the logo. Gets a clear path inside. Peters can't put it down, but gets the foul anyway. Chance to rack attack the rim.
Shooting 2 free throws. From the moment, Jacob Peters.
We got tangled up in the air. Peters strings that one through. Levesque switches places with Bryson Lowenbach. Peters second, rolls off and out. It'll be tipped off of Matthews' fingertips. He's upset, but the Warriors cheer. 35-18 Warriors. Lead it by 17. Hykens gets his pass intercepted by Teasdale. Cowboys can't convert, but a foul on the way down. Ooh, some chippiness going on between Hyken and Teasdale. A dead ball foul called against Hyken. That's a technical. I saw it from him here. I don't know the whole backstory, but from what I saw, there was some contact to the face initiated by Hyken on that regard. Not quite sure the full story, but just observing what I saw. It'll be Lowenbach at the line. He was the one, not the one that received the foul. Kyron Teasdale was on the wrong end of it. Mason Stearns to enter. Technical foul, free throw is missed. Teasdale looking for an extra opportunity as a result of the buzzer. 5:20 left in the third, 35-18 Warriors. Second one misses both times. Lowenbach will not be granted an extra opportunity. He'll have to settle for an empty net. Teasdale to inbound to Matthews. Kramer hip to hip. Kramer faces. Matthews shoves it over to Jonas. Martinez around to Teasdale. Inside, Lowenbach backing down on Peters. Hooks it up off the back iron. Friendly fire. Peters tips it off Mason Stearns' calf, and it rolls off a hop out of bounds. Matthews over the top. Lowenbach can't reach it with his right hand. And an offensive foul called against the Cowboys. Oh, they're calling against Peters. I beg your pardon.
For the Warriors.
5th team foul against Philomath
That's a free throw line.
in this period. And some foul trouble early in this third quarter. Cowboys have not been amped to convert on these opportunities, but Lowenbach redeems himself on that line trip. 35-20, 15-point separation with 5 minutes to go in the third. Philomath still leading. Stearns stuck at the top. Tries to get it down to Mir. Mir tangled up with Matthews. And Crook County will burn a 30-second timeout. Warriors by 15, 35-20. Under 5 minutes to play in the third. We'll be right back. Crook County to inbound from this near side of the court. Matthews takes it across the timeline. Here's Jonas dumping one inside. Lowenbach. Deflected by Peters and called for a foul. Philomath fans around the arena voicing their opposition. Lowenbach with his 3rd consecutive trip to the stripe. Converts on his first chance. A swish through the net. Crook County cuts into the lead for Philomath. 35-22 Warriors. 13 points of differential. Just under 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Kramer circling around Peters from the right arc. Shifts it off to Stearns. Arms had it right at the elbow and tried to speedily get it to Peters. But his target wasn't there in time. Matthews off the left screen. Travels in the paint. 'Mir will take it over. 4 minutes and winding. Kramer steps across the logo. Stops and loses the ball. Martinez picks it up. Off the floor he goes. Kramer takes it right back from him. Warriors in numbers. Kramer takes it himself to the hoop. Martinez down the low and block. Harms. Leans 2 over the top. And Lowenbach sneaks his way under and squeaks it off the glass. Kramer rolling right. Shoots it back inside. It's tipped. It's knocked off track by Mir. Martinez over to the far side. 3 attempt by Matthews. But he stepped his way out of it first. Complaining to the official as he strolls his way back to the defensive end. Kramer up along the left sideline. Comes off the screen from Harms. Crisscross, applesauce, spoons in the bowl. Kramer, I tried to get it away. And then it's an offensive foul against Matthews. Kramer with 2 back-to-back possessions of stellar plays. Kramer off the screen. Mir, a triple. Rolls left. Rebounded by Lopez. Lopez off to Jonas. Goes for Stefanov. Driving is Jonas. Hands to Levescu. And Harms takes the charge. A turn of the tide as Warriors carry a 39-24 lead with 2:15 to go in the third quarter. Stearns will take a seat. Caleb Russell into the ballgame. And a technical appears to be issued to Crook County's coach. A technical foul issued to just to the entire bench of Crook County. Leading some of that bickering was the coach of Crook County. Preston Kramer to shoot the technical free throws. He comes up short on the first. The second swirls out as well. Jason Mumm, the coach of Crook County. Kramer off the pick, rolls to his left. Russell, a far triple. Bounces in and out. Harms can't swipe it up. Cleaned up by the Cowboys. Jonas off to Lowenbach. Backing down Harms. Harms in his way. Flails his arms up in the air and fouls Lowenbach on his way to the rim. Yet another trip to the line for Lowenbach. It's a Hooper hop. And bounces it through. Harms will head to the bench to preserve some of his fouls that he has left to not get himself into too much trouble. To remove his assets from the team. Mir. Up to Rob. Rob to Peters. Peters tosses to Kramer. Kramer circling around the right arc. Off to Mir. Near side. Dishes in to Kramer. Bodies his way to the basket. True as truth can be. Minute 15 and counting in the third. 41-26, Philomath by 15. A clean look inside. And a conversion for Jace Jonas. Russell, Mir, treading with each other. Rob trades it up to Russell. Russell backs up. As he backpedals, hands to Peters. Peters, inside. Hits a ceiling at the rim. McCann's in the second try. .30 seconds and winding. Third quarter. Warriors spreading the separation. Kramer got a hold of that one. Now Lowenbach on another try. And yet the Warriors in some more physical contact.
That's his third personal foul. Shooting 2 free throws, number 15, Bryce Lowenbach.
Warriors with yet another foul and yet another trip for Lowenbach. but he can't capitalize
Substitution for the Warriors.
on this chance. Cash Lindsay hit for Caden Mir, who picked up the foul. His third of the game. Lone ball second. Bottoms the net. 43-29 Warriors. Nearing the end of the third quarter. Russell swings it back and forth. Has it on the near side. Comes off the point. Centers up. Back to Peters. Pump fakes. Baseline fade away. Off the mark. And the clock expires as a full court heave to no avail. Warriors maintains solid separation and a cushion heading into the final 8-minute stretch. 43-29 Philomath. 8 minutes from a South Coast championship crown. We'll be back here momentarily here on the Blake's Take live stream. Saturday night in Coos Bay, the finale of the South Coast Holiday Tournament. 43-29, the Warriors lead it by 14 heading into the final stanza of this annual tradition in the heart of Coos Bay.
Start of the fourth period. Possession Cowboys.
Kyron Teasdale to inbound. Logan Matthews taking it up on Kramer. Here's Levesque. Around to Teasdale. Teasdale back to Matthews. Spinning around Lowenbach. Squares up on Peters. Off the back iron. Peters recovers the rebound. Trotting up the far side is Kramer. Takes a pit stop. Now gets moving. Kramer over to Cash Lindsay for an open three. He knocks down the triple. A settle and stop for Lowenbach. Around to Martinez, right arc. Driving on Lindsay. Levesque puts up a shot. Kramer saves it and brings it back in bounds. Rob is there to recover the roll. Russell crosses up far side. Handles back to his left. Squeaks through traffic. Peters gets broken up on a dribble to the basket. It's Lowenbach this time, called for the foul instead of being on the receiving end of them.
First team foul for the Cowboys.
Kramer inbound. Peters, now Russell. Here's Kramer again. Driving from the right point. Euro step. Falls with a foul. 6:39 to go in the fourth. 46-29 Philomath. Garrett Stefanok comes back into the game. Howard rolls away from Kramer's grasp. He sinks the second. An open look doesn't go for the Cowboys. Rob, trailing, speeds ahead and gets the foul. Here it's Stefanok to the line. Stefanok gets checked at the rim. checks the second also. Rob can't get the rebound. Instead, it's picked up and tipped in by Kyron Teasdale. But prior to the basket, it's going to be an offensive foul, so it'll be wiped away. Basket to be wiped off. Teasdale called for an offensive foul. 47-31, Warriors under 6.5 to play. 16 points of separation. The cushion is growing. A no-look pass to Lindsay to the corner. Out to Rob for three. Nearly cashed it, but it wouldn't roll through. A bullet up court from Matthews, his intended target, and Garrett Stefanow. Kramer stops and starts. Gets going again. Crosses up to his left. In and out to his right. Back to Rob at the left point. Here's Russell on the right side. Crosses up. Moving to his left. Pitches to Lindsay in the corner. Tosses inside to Rob. And he gets wrestled up with Tyson Martinez. Some wrestling and bustling down at the block tonight.
Number 13, Tyson Martinez. That's his second personal foul.
Rob from the free throw line with a chance to add to the lead. He bounces the first off the rim. He swishes the second. 48-31 Warriors by 17. Matthews slowly steps over the timeline. Facilitating from his right. Swings it over to his left. Martinez, a straight up three. Right in the eyes of Lindsay. Kramer. A twist and a turn. Spins off the pick. Tosses over far side. Russell with the cross. An illegal screen called on Rob. Stalled in disbelief. Here substitutes for Lindsay. And a timeout called on the floor. Eichen will head to the scorer's table and make a quick substitution as well. Warriors by 14, 48-34, 5:07 left. On their way to repeating as champions of the South Coast Holiday Tournament.
Following this game, we will have a trophy presentation.
More trophy presentations to come following the conclusion. Warriors certainly will have some accolades on that all-tournament list. Same personnel for the Cowboys. Warriors trying to integrate some other pieces of their offense. Troubled by some penalties of fouls early on in the contest. Trying to recover from those and return stronger. Russell, Peters, Meir, Eichen, and Kramer. The lineup on the floor for the white and gray. Just over 5 minutes to go in this one. Martinez from the top of the key. Spins, pivots, gives off to Matthews. Slicing and dicing into the lane. He loses it. Gets it back. An open look. Bounces a couple of times, hops over the top of the rim. And quickly digging it off the hardwood is Peters. Kramer, a Euro step, but collides with the defender as he tries to get to the hoop. He'll play a pair from the dash.
Substitution for the Cowboys, number 3,
Jace Jonas,
and number 30, Cruz.
along with Zach Levesque, will head to the bench. Back into the ball game. Kramer can't make the first. But he strings home the second. Warriors approaching 50 points. 49-34, 4.5 to go. Hyken draws the charge. Kramer along the far hardwood. Moves across the median. Off the screen. Bounces right. Hyken trying to scramble for the loose ball. And it's taken away by the Cowboys. The jump ball will stay with the Warriors.
Ball, possession of Philomath.
Kramer gets it into Mir. Mir spins it off the rim, and a second chance. Falls with an and one.
Number 0, Logan Matthews. Passing points for Taylor Young, shooting 1.
Mir can't make the three-point play, but a rebound and a triple from Russell. Cash! "20-point lead for the Warriors, 54-34 with under 4 minutes to go. That one rolls in and out for the Cowboys. Hyken collects the rebound. And the Warriors are cooking on all cylinders tonight. Kramer spins a pirouette. Matthews tries to take it coast to coast. It slides off the ankle of Kramer. Lopez and Nash each enter. Matthews exits along with Martinez. It's Lopez to inbound. Going up is Stefanoff. Rebounded by Jonas. Outside Lopez for three. Rattles in and out. Rebounded by Stefanoff. Goes up strong and gets the Hoopers off. Just under 3 minutes to go in this championship contest. Russell 1-on-1. Isolation with Lopez. Off the pick. Settles at the right elbow. A gun over to Mir. He drives baseline and it flies away from his hand. Kramer to inbound from the far side. Outlets over the top on a toss to Russell. Russell, one-on-one with Lopez. Folds off the screen. Darts it over to Mir. Mir with 10 to shoot. Stop in his tracks. Hyken, the dish off to Kramer. The clean scoop, but not the score. Driving, dishing, Nash, way off. And it flies out of bounds off the Cowboys. 2:33, a substitution incoming for the Warriors. As Hyken. Cal and Albin at the substitution table. And it looks like Owens Hyken, his night has come to a close. Great effort all tournament long. Like a beastly part of the post. Kramer flies it over to Russell. Baseline jab. Albin nearly rattled it in. Crook County almost saved it. And indeed they did. just graced the shoulder of a Warrior on that possession. 56-36, 2 minutes and winding. Zach Nash driving on Meir. Russell and Meir each pestering the Cowboys. Albin puts a hand in the face of Prusik. Russell will dribble it up. Crosses over like Iverson. Inside to Meir. Floats it up, swirls it around. Into the hands of Lopez it goes. Stops on a dime and starts it up again. Motoring down the floor. Here comes Jonas. He loses it, flips it back right into the hands of Russell. He scoops it over to Meir. Nearly found the rack. Kramer on the putback and the flush. A minute and change. Warriors by 22. Making a statement against the Cowboys. Aiden Meir with a quarterback-like throw to his fellow quarterback in Caleb Russell. Having a little fun there, trying to complete the fast break, but a timeout. Burned before. Like Ecker looking to get in some of the other men on the bench. Get them to see some action during this tournament. Get a piece of that championship. Over the 3 days spread across this annual classic. And so we see underclassmen, the lone underclassmen on the varsity roster in CD Nuno. Juniors, Callan Albert, juniors, Elijah Bush and Grant Neiman, along with Caden Meir and Callan Albert in the ballgame. Foul called against Grant Neiman. An odd foul at that point in time. Albin front facing. Lopez at the top of the arc. Neiman on his hip. Albin guarding as well. Inside, Stefanoff looks. Albin gets the rebound. Noise on the floor. Neiman along the far side. Comes off the screen from Albin. Shoves it over to Meir. Meir off the pick from Nuno. Rolls to the rack. Stops on a dime. Gets it over to Bush. 4-3. Bounces off the rim. Over the top. Rebounded by Nuno. A clean look at the rack. And the hoop in the horn. Meir makes the basket. 60 for Philomath. 6 seconds to go. A dart over to the far side. A desperation heave. Bush will collect the rebound. And that'll end it. 60-36. Philomath wins it by 24. A blowout championship victory. And Philomath goes 2 for 2 in their championship contest in Coos Bay. And will take home the South Coast Crowns. 60-36 again, the final score. A dominant showing defensively by the Warriors, limiting the Cowboys to just 36 points, carrying over their defensive dominance from the night prior, along with increasing their offensive production across the board. Relentless rebounding, defensive deflections, steals galore, and an offensive onslaught led to the title for the Warriors. Now repeating as champions for how many years? I know they won it last year as you. The girls get redemption after coming up short in overtime from last year. A sweet weekend all around for Warrior fans. Philomath sweeps the floor, took out both the host schools on the boys and girls side in the semi-round, and each turned in fabulous showings in the championship contest. Tournament teams will be announced. Help you all identify the players, or it's hard to see through there.
Okay. We're going to start out with the alternate team. And so we'll start with Crook County, the member of Crook County, Logan Matthews.
Logan Matthews honored from Crook County. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that trade-off back and forth between Logan Matthews and Philomath. Almost had it, not quite.
One is the football tournament, one will be the MVP. The first one that I can recognize maybe had most of the guys from the tournament. This guy seems like it's an offensive rebound, hustles all the time, and just a little some play. That's Jacob Peters.
Jacob Peters on the all-tournament selection.
And your MVP of the tournaments, great tournament overall, outstanding basketball player. I'm sure he'll go on to the next level, and that is Preston Kramer.
Preston Kramer, the tournament MVP. Two well-deserving honors for the Warriors seniors.
And so for the second place team, we have a representative other than this gentleman come out and get you a Vertical trophy for the winner. And also representing, we have another person come out and have the championship trophy.
Hunter Arms representing the second place, the second team all-tournament. And we'll collect the all-wooden plaque of honor for the Warriors championship run. And that'll do it here from Coos Bay. Along with boys and girls, sweep the floor and take home the crown. 2023 South Coast Tournament champions, the Philomath Warriors, both the boys and the girls get it done. Thanks all for tagging along all weekend. Appreciate you all tuning in. Hope I made it an enjoyable experience for you all. So long, and go Warriors.